Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I want to start by introducing myself because I will be addressing teachers in Kenya who are employed by the Teacher Service Commission. You may have found out that if you're a teacher employed by the Teacher Service Commission, your employer requires you to activate a special kind of email which they have created for you. It's very important that you go through this activation process because it will give you access to so many things, including an application I want to talk about referred to as Teams. This application is from Microsoft, and your employer is working together with Microsoft to allow you to have high quality applications when it comes to teaching online or to doing your work from a remote point. But I've discovered that so many teachers are having a lot of problems navigating around this particular application. As I said, my name is Kagwe and I'm a physics teacher. I'm a high school teacher, and what I'm going to share with you is basically my own experience as I navigated through this particular application. My work, other than teaching physics, is to assist other teachers, not only in physics or in sciences, but just across the board, how to use ICT to do that which they love, which is to teach. So that is what I want to share with you today. And I want to go straight into the Teams application so that we can see what we have. So let's head over there, and like you can see right now, I'm recording this with my background. It doesn't have any desktop icons. It's because I've been able to put them away. My taskbar is also put away, so it's not visible. So let's head over there and see what we are required to do or what we can get from there. The first thing that you need to do is to ensure that your email is activated, because if it is not activated, you might find some difficulties logging in, or when you come in, you will come in as a guest. So it is important that your email is activated. Once that happens, you will download an application referred to as Teams. Just go, if you're using your mobile phone, just go to Play Store and download Teams and install it in your smartphone. If you're using a computer, do the same. Download that application and it will be in your computer. Like for instance, right now, I want to navigate to where I have that application. I've got this icon here, Microsoft Teams. And let's see what happens when I click on it on my desktop. The moment I click on it, this is when you're online. That means that your internet is on. You can see that over here, it gives me two emails. There is this email, which my employer has specifically designed for me, and there is my usual email here. In such a case, I would like to use this email. This is the email which I'm talking about when I say you need to activate your email. Your employer has a special email for you. So it is up to every teacher to activate their own emails with their employer. In this video, I won't go into the process of how you go about activation because majority of the teachers know that, and it is actually a very simple process as outlined in online services, one of the tabs on our website, which is online services. You will find a tab for email activation. So go through the process of activating your email. Once it is activated, change your password immediately, and then after that, download this application referred to as Teams. Then use that email there, and then it will appear as you can see for me over here. Next, I'm going just to click on it and it will open, but it opens within your employer, within your company, within your organization. So it is like within now the Teacher Service Commission, and as a teacher, the Teacher Service Commission has given me that leeway to try and use Teams to try and do my work while online. I can be able to teach students using the same. I can be able to have meetings with my colleagues in my school or elsewhere, provided they are also within the same organization. That is why activation of that email is important. So let's wait for this application to load, and I can see that it is loading. Let me just put the desktop icons away so that they don't distract you. I was having the desktop icons there so that I can use the icon which is on my desktop, and because most people will have that icon for Teams on the desktop, that is why I had it in that particular position. So let me just put away all the desktop icons, and while we are still on it, this is how you do it. You're going to right click and then you go to view and then navigate down to show desktop icons. You click that and the desktop icons are put away. Now, as soon as it opens, this is the interface that it gives you. Let me make it big enough so that you can be able to see what it provides us with. You'll be able to see all the available teams. So, because I deal with how I help teachers to use ICT in the teaching process, I thought it wise to create a team within Teams, because this application allows me to do that. I thought it wise to create this team, which I call ICT for Teachers. But there are also other teams, like you can see here. There are also other teams. I don't know how many teams there are. I know there could be more than this. And you can see there is always a tab here which is always prompting you to join a team or create a team of your own. This time, I don't want to take you through the process of creating a team. I'd like you to go through the process of joining the team. So when you want to join a team, you click on that and you can be able to join any of the teams of your choice. Now let me go straight to ICT for Teachers, because majority of the things that the teachers do, they involve information, communication, and technology. That is what ICT stands for. Now, because it involves those three things, that is why I've centered my focus on ICT, so that once teachers know how to use that, they can then apply it in the teaching process. Now, what are some of the things that I do in ICT for Teachers? You'll just click on that as a member. Once you have joined, you click on that, you will be able to see the general information. When I'm here, I'm able to see what other people or what other teachers are posting as far as their meetings is concerned. I'll be able to see all that. In fact, I'll be aware of what other teams are doing. Why is this important? This is important because I might want to learn something else that maybe another team is doing, and even join them and find out what is it that I can be able to do with that, because it's all a learning process. This being a new thing, don't be afraid to navigate around this interface. You can't break anything when you navigate around. After all, it's just a click. If you don't like where you're going, you can always click the backspace and takes you to where you are. For now, I want to go to a channel which I created within this team, ICT for Teachers, and I called it Teacher ICT Infrastructure, because I'm interested in the hardware and the software that helps teachers in their work. So I called it ICT Infrastructure. And in my first communication here, I listed a number of hardware that teachers are supposed to use. You may be having some of these things, you may not be having them. Whatever you have, it is in this team where we'll be able to discuss how you can use the same. And like for example, the latest, and I've pinned this message because I think it is very, very important. We are in an age whereby you can pick a computer and be able to teach yourself something all by yourself without involving a teacher. So I want teacher to know that you can teach yourself how to use ICT to teach. But of course, you will be coming across lessons or lectures which have been prepared by somebody else. For example, I've prepared lectures on how to teach yourself on various subjects. If you go to this topic here that I've written and I've pinned that message so that it always appears there as the first message that you see, you will see a number of links that I have. These are lectures that I've already created. I've created about 60 or 70 lectures on 70 separate lectures on how teachers can be able to use ICT in the teaching process. So I've chosen just a few and given you the links to these lectures. And the other thing is that these lectures are absolutely free. All you'll need to do is just click on that link. You can see that they are active. If you click on the link, like for example, if you click on the link, how to create a smart document for your students. And by the way, somebody may be wondering what is a smart document? Let's assume that your students are revising for an exam and there are some materials you'd like them to go through. Mostly, these may be questions. And you are not in a position to give them the answers direct, as in a real classroom situation. So you send them these materials, and then they can use these materials to revise. Now, that document may have a question, and the student can be able to click a link on the document. It takes them to the answer. They click another link on the document. It takes them to the next question, and so forth. In other words, the students are able to go through the questions and solutions, so that at the end of it all, you will only have those questions where students did not understand the solutions. That is a smart document. You could improve on that smart document and be able to give solutions to questions is one of them. The next thing that you can be able to give in a smart document is short notes on that particular concept. You can give short notes. Another thing you can be able to give in a smart document is a video lecture, so that when the students want to understand a particular concept that you've mentioned there, you have given them a link. If they click on that particular link, there is a video lecture that comes up. An example is what I'm using right now. Probably you are here and you might want to learn how to create a smart document for your student. So if I am a teacher who is learning that, I'm in the position of the student. All that I'll do is just click here and see how it is done. And your web browser will be able to open a video lecture for you. Hello and welcome to another lecture and here you can see I have a 12-minute video where I take you through the process of creating smart document. What am I doing? I am teaching myself how to do something without engaging a real teacher. This teacher created a video lecture which is hosted elsewhere and has made it possible for the students to access that lecture. That is what I'm talking about, a smart document. So over here, that one is just an example. There are so many of them. Like you can see, this one is created by ICT for Teachers, which is just a YouTube channel that I've created for teachers where they can go and they can learn a lot of stuff, how to use ICT to teach. I've gone from very basic information on how to use ICT to complicated steps on how to use the same ICT in order to achieve what you're looking for when you're online. So probably, like I said, I've created about 60 or so video lectures in this channel, and you might find it very useful when you go through them. However, let's go back to Teams and see what I've selected for you. I've selected the first 10, and they are in no particular order, or they may not even be able to address your concern. This is just the beginning. Once I create a lecture, I'll always put a link here so that as soon as you click on the link, you're able to learn that particular process, including how to navigate through Teams itself. So the lectures may be on how to use any software which is out there or hardware that teachers come across that helps them to teach from a remote point. My channel deals with how to use hardware and software as far as computers are concerned. I deal with how to use computers, microphones, and any other peripheral device that you connect to your computer. I deal with how to create files themselves, how to create lectures. I mean, how to design content using various applications or softwares. But because there are so many things to learn, especially when it comes to using ICT to teach, there is likelihood of what I refer to as information overload. When you're confronted with too much information, your brain tends to freeze. And once it freezes, you really you can be put off by that information because you're looking for a way out. I don't want this one to happen to you. I'd like you to have some freedom. One of these, to be able to teach yourself how to use ICT to teach. And this one is very possible. If you come to this message here that I'm going to pin here for quite some time, you can just click on any of the links there or search through the links to see what is available. By the way, I'll be adding at least 10 or even 20 more links here. Just search through those links and maybe I may have addressed one of your problems. That is the way I intend to use Teams to reach you. The other way that I intend to use Teams to reach you is by us having a real-time meeting so that I can hear from you directly the challenges that you have had, and then we can see, I can see what I can be able to advise you to do, or maybe I can get an expert in that area who can be able to come here and be able to take us through some of the things that we are having, some of the problems that we may be having. It's about learning. So that is the first thing that I intend to do. Then the next thing is that in order for us to communicate properly, I have a WhatsApp group by the same name, ICT for Teachers. So if you would be interested to be notified of the latest lectures that I have posted there as far as use of ICT to teach is concerned, then I would very much like to welcome you to that WhatsApp group. What do you need? You just need to get in contact with me, and then I'll send you the link. My email is given below this video. You'll be able to see my email somewhere. Use that email to get in contact with me, and just state the subject, because when you get emails from teachers and they just state their names, you really don't know from what the subject of discussion is all about or what they are requesting from you. I have had that kind of situation. So I'd like you to put a small subject. Just say ICT for Teachers WhatsApp group. Maybe that one will just be enough, or just include me in your WhatsApp group, and then I can be able to send you the link which you can use to join the WhatsApp group. Now, the WhatsApp group is important because sometimes getting into Teams as an app may not be as fast as using the WhatsApp group or getting information from a WhatsApp group. So that is where I can be able to post the link. So if you'd like me to include you in my WhatsApp group, just send me a message using the email address that is down there, and immediately you will get a notification that you've been included there. Activate it, and you'll find what other teachers have been learning all along in that group. So that is what I'd like to talk about today. I just wanted us to have a look at this application that we are calling Teams, that our employer has put here for us. And for me, if I were to rate it, I've been here several times. If I were to rate it, I think I would rate it highly. It's a good application. If teachers are able to come out in large numbers and learn how it is used, because we are going to benefit from it a lot in terms of the free training on how to reach our students from a remote point. I cannot overemphasize that point, that we are in times where we are required to teach students from a far off distance. They are either at home and you are in your own home, or they are in a different school and you are either at home or in a school but somewhere in your office, but you are teaching them. This is the kind of situation that we are having. Like right now, I'm right at home. It's a school holiday, but I'm able to communicate with you. Is it possible for me to be able to teach students when I'm right here? That is what my channel, ICT for Teachers, is concerned with. You being able to use ICT to teach does not mean just being able to use a computer and type one or two things in word processor or something like that. No, it's much, much more. Using the same device to teach your students from the remote point is the ultimate function. And that is what my channel is all about. And now I have created this particular team within Teams that I call ICT for Teachers. So again, a welcome. Spread this message to other teachers so that the more our number is, the more I get to know what challenges teachers are having in terms of use of microphone, their web cameras, external and inbuilt cameras. When it comes to microphones, inbuilt microphones, USB microphones, XLR, lavalier microphones, and even audio interfaces. Because at this point, I can take this point to just emphasize one thing. For those of us who have had online meetings or you're trying to teach students from a remote point, you know that audio is very important. Audio is very important. In fact, you'd rather have poor video but your audio is good. So I'll be able to show how you navigate through all this. Whether you're using a mobile phone or a computer, whether you are using a webcam which is inbuilt within the system, like the one which comes with a laptop, or it is an external webcam, or whether you're using even a DSLR camera, like the one which I'm using right now to shoot myself. With whatever kind of device that you're using, I'll be able to come on board and we'll be able to discuss to see how best you can be able to use it in order to do what you're trying to do, and that is teach. So until next time, when I catch up with another video, take time to go through those links. If you have already activated your email, you are able to access those links when you come into my team and feel welcome to my team. In fact, I want us to be as many as possible so that we can be able to exchange ideas. I want to hear from you and also learn one or two things from you, what you are doing in your school, as I show you what I'm doing in my school. By the way, whatever I'm doing here is exactly what I do in my school. So I'll not show you anything which I'm not practicing in my school. So until next time, when I catch you up with something else, it is bye-bye and stay safe.